How you doing? It's Mike D here at martialartsbusinesssystem.com and cyberspacetoyourplace.com. So in this quick Hangout recording, using Google Hangouts to record here, we are going to go through a crash course in mobile apps for your martial arts school. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to my PowerPoint. We're going to go through this really quickly. This is sort of a recap of a webinar I did recently that was live. And this one I'm just going to slow it down just a tad, but at the same time speed it up because I'm going to hit on a few key functions of apps for your martial arts school. This way you can really make an educated decision on taking your app to a higher level. And you'll see by the time I'm done with this that it really is the way to go to make sure that your app is in both the Apple App Store for iOS, so it looks great on iPhones, so it works on iPhones and iOS devices and iPads, and also all of these added functions that really do impact retention and also student prospecting. So let's go ahead and share the screen here. Bear with me. All right, so let's rock this out. All right, so I call it the Student Retention Breakthrough Martial Arts School Mobile Apps from A to Z, and really using your iPhone and Android app. So let's go ahead and get this going. All right, so the first thing we're going to do here real quick is we're going to cover some mobile bases. And what you're staring at right here is just a screenshot of a website that we recently redid for a client. Made it more modern, really tightened it up, search, got it ready for SEO dominance in the area, all that good stuff. But this is just a mobile cover your bases moment. This is not a photo, an image of an app. This is actually, if you can see it, you see the website name right there in the mobile browser. And you have to picture how some people end up on a website on a mobile device. They're either searching locally or they're pulling up some quick information on their smartphone. And what you really need is your site to be what's called responsive. Now, years ago, we were one of the leaders in the martial arts industry on building mobile websites. Back in 2010, 2011, we did a lot of websites redesigns, and then we added a mobile version of the website. But recently, end of 2012 or so, the responsive design really came around, and we started making websites with what we call responsive design. So it's one website that conforms to each screen. And again, this is not app related, but this is a very important mobile concept that you need to make sure, so your prospects have a great experience when they find your website. So this is the desktop version of the website. It's pretty extensive, excuse me. And obviously this is the mobile version. You see a little different. Those are rotating images. If the screen were moving, you would see this is just a quick snapshot from my laptop, and this was a quick snapshot from my Galaxy 5. So anyway, just a review of the basics. Responsive website, that's what it looks like on a mobile smartphone. And then this is your, your desktop or your tablet version of the site. All right, so let's move on now. Why a mobile app for your school? Well, here we are in the age of mobile. You have a few different reasons to go mobile with your school and to have an app. One is, you're going to totally outdo your competition. So when we're talking about, other types of schools and studios and, martial arts, hands down, you're going to outdo your competition by having a mobile app. It's a wow factor. You're going to wow those new students. You're going to wow the prospects. You're going to wow your current students. Your app is going to be responsible for retention. Whenever there's something exciting new, something that boosts engagement, as you'll see, it boosts retention. And if you just retain one new student, one additional student every month, students, they start quitting subconsciously. They don't even know it yet, and then it manifests itself, a month, 2 months later when they're finally bored and tired, or they're ready for the next new thing. You got to give them those new things. You got to give them tools to engage them, and a mobile app is really one of the best ways to do that. So mobile app can dramatically boost your retention, and it can obviously help you outdo the competition and really wow your new students and wow your current students, and also help you gain some new students. It also helps you win the competition for attention. Lots of times people talk about the other activities or the other schools being a competition. Really, sure that could be the case. Johnny's going to stop doing martial arts. because he's going to do baseball, and it's interfering with the schedule. So there he's gone, and there comes back. So baseball can be considered competition in many ways. It's really not, but it does pop up sometimes like that. Or Sally wants to try another boot camp class, or she's going to go over to CrossFit or whatever the case may be. So sure, the alternatives can be the competition. So you have to always keep that in mind. But the real competition is the competition for attention. That's the real competition. So the mobile app gives you a life force, if you will, gives you a spot right on that smartphone, right on that tablet. And by the way, for illustrative purposes in this PowerPoint, we're going to use a lot of smartphone images, but just know that all this transpires to tablets as well. But I just didn't happen to use any tablet screenshots. No big deal. But anyway, you have the competition for that valuable real estate on the smartphone. Ownership, basically. You're one of those spots you can get right through. Winning the competition, not just over the alternative programs, not just over the other martial arts schools, but winning the competition for attention. That's a big deal. That's what a mobile app can do for you. And right now, there's huge opportunity. One of the reasons why we're in this is to help as many martial arts schools as possible and a lot of other small businesses. But there's huge opportunity because you can really be one of the first. The statistics still point to the fact that the vast majority of smaller businesses, I'm talking about our micro businesses, the one that drive the economy here in the U.S., businesses with 1, 2, 3, 10 employees or so, 20 employees, the businesses that we serve as a company, they're not yet mobile. So you have a huge opportunity to break out ahead of your competition and do something really awesome for your members. So anybody who's ever taken their app to a higher level, one thing they have in common, they're all forward-thinking martial arts school owners. Forward-thinking martial arts school owners. They're not worried about, a few bucks to invest in their school. They're forward-thinking martial arts school owners. They're always on a mission to wow their students. All right. So a couple cool things. I love this one. The referral made easy. There's a little button here called Share. And you can certainly encourage your students to share your school. You can have certainly have contests around, hey, can you share the app with one additional friend who's not a member? You can facilitate those kind of things, which is great. And they can share it by email, Facebook, Twitter, text message, and Google Plus, the major social media outlets right there. So with one tap of a button, your school can go viral, if you will, which is really nice, and you can facilitate that. The other thing that you should keep in mind too, and this is just a little tip whether you move forward with the advanced version of the app or not, but you should really do your best to help your students understand how to refer you better. And here's how you help students refer you better. You just give them little seeds, plant little seeds in their mind in a nice way. You talk about how, let's just say it's the summer months are upon us. I happen to be recording this webinar in the summer months. So the summer months are upon us. You're going to be out and you're going to be maybe at the beach with friends, you're going to be at the lake with friends, you're going to be at the pool with friends, you're going to be at backyard functions and family activities and all these kind of things. You're going to be running into friends, folks just like you that have kids. A lot of your friends, look at your students if you're dealing with kids. But even if you're dealing with adults, you can plant these seeds as well. Do me a favor. I want you to listen. Listen for me. Listen to the conversations, and let's just use the kids as an example. If your friend let's just give her the name, the common name. Let's just say her name's Sally. if Sally, you hear Sally talking about how it's the summertime and she wishes her children had more to do. They were busy with school, they were busy with all these activities, and then school ended, and man, now all of a sudden there's this huge vacuum of time. At that point, that moment, listen for that and tell Sally about how your daughter, your son comes over here to our martial arts school, and hey, they're having a summer program right now. Maybe you guys should check it out. So what I'm getting at is if you go back and listen to that over again, you're always looking for opportunities. It's called activating the reticular activator button, and it's also about you giving them ideas on how they can better refer you, what they can listen for. You're not necessarily turning them into salespeople. You're just helping them refer you easy. Now just think about how that situation would work. Is you would say something like, oh, and just go ahead and share the app with them. If you're out with your friends one night talking to your fitness people, and one of them talks about how they're kind of fed up or bored with their workout or wherever the case may be, let them know you come here and invite them to hear. So again, you're giving them things to listen for, and you can use the app to facilitate that with the share button. I really love this one, the reinforcing lessons, helping them practice at home. We like to tie in your YouTube channel. Now, of course, if you're if you're on, if you have a martial arts school these days, you should be using YouTube in some way, shape, or form. There's no excuse that you don't understand it. It's as simple as setting up a channel. There's a lot of cool things you can do. Add channel banners. You can add all sorts of keywords and things like that. Don't worry about that right now. You just initially set up a channel, and how we keep the cost down on our apps is we just tie in that channel to your app, and then all the videos are going to flow from the app, from the YouTube channel into the app, so it can be played right inside the app, which is really neat. It's easy. Now, there's two things I want to preempt in your thinking. One is, the world is open and connected, as Mark Zuckerberg says, right? So there's no reason for you to try to hide anything behind the curtain. The real payday for your school is when people come and they see things online, or they hear people talking about it, and they come and join. They're not going to get anywhere if they just show up and watch classes. But would you kick somebody out of your lobby, for watching forums or for watching a class take place online? I'm sorry, for watching a class take place in person? No. If they came and watched, you'd let them watch, and then one of your program directors would talk to them, or you would talk to them. That's how it works. So just imagine this as a big window to your school. Now, initially, you're going to use this video function to give your students ideas and things to practice and reinforce some of your messages, but also this content can find its way to prospects as well. So don't be worried about public information. Everything's public. Let it out there. You wouldn't let anybody, you wouldn't kick anybody out of your lobby for watching classes. You want to treat social media, you want to treat your app the same way, but give your students some things they can watch, some things they can consume. That's the key, is they are consuming your content. You'll hear me come back to that over and over again, the fact that they're going to consume your content is very powerful. When I had my martial arts studios, the one in Philadelphia, we sat there for hours and agonized, and we created a bunch of VHS tapes. Yeah, I'm going back a ways. We created a bunch of VHS tapes, and every single student who bought those VHS tapes, they would almost invariably, they would stay longer. They would sign up for the Black Belt program. We got the bright idea that we should just give these VHS tapes away, because if more kids watch them, more students watch them, it increases retention. The retention numbers goes through the roof. So you want to get as many students as possible consuming your material and practicing your material. Your retention rates will go way, way up. Okay, I really like the point system and other ways to be social. And again, it's all about boosting engagement. So if you look at your screen left, looking at the screen on your left, you'll see there's some buttons there, some little spots you can almost like mark circles. Now, in this case, this particular client has a fitness facility and a martial arts facility. So he does a little business. Selling recovery drinks and things like that. So one of his specials was to, track the purchases of 10 of these, these purchases for these recovery drinks, and then give the 11th one obviously for free. So that's a very simple one, and it's very common. We do a lot of apps for other industries, and obviously in the food industry, this is the easiest thing. Buy 10 sandwiches, get the 11th one for free. But there's other creative ways to use this point system, is what I call it. It's a point system, or what's called the loyalty tab inside the app. And the point system is, can be used a lot of different ways. Like in my wife's studio, they used it in the fitness studio. They used a 20-point system for a couple of months to run this concept. And you got 2 points for coming to class 3 days in 1 week. You got 3 points for bringing a referral to class or friend to class. You got 1 point for taking a cardio class and a toning class in 1 day. And there was a lot of other ways to get points, and the goal was to get 20 members to 20 points. It was very simple. So again, the point system is really limited by your creativity. I'm not one of these martial arts gurus out there that fills everything with hype. And so I will tell you, you can do all this with paper, by the way, but you increase engagement by having it inside the app. So you just want to use the point system to run contests and increase, frequency of different things. And then I really love the fan wall, which is a place for students to interact and leave reviews. And I'll be openly confess to you here, this one, the fan wall where you get people chatting and things like that, you do have to monitor it. You do have to encourage the engagement there. It's not going to happen, without your little push and reminder. But again, it's a way to get your students to be consuming media. They're going to consume this media anyway. Just like, if you don't buy the advanced app, you're going to go spend that money anyway somewhere. Hopefully not on just lattes and waste money, right? But you're going to consume it no matter what. So what you want to do is, when you think about this particular function, the fan wall, students are going to be social. They're going to be online. They're going to be sharing content. They're going to be reading content. Might as well let them do it with you. But again, you do have to really encourage this function. Encourage people to it, and that's how you'll get the most traction. All right, this is one of my favorites as well. This is Easy Student and Prospect Communication. So if you look here right in the middle here, I'm actually showing my actual mobile stream from it's on my exact phone, obviously, but I'm showing a screenshot of my mobile stream. And you can see all this, and then you can see where the push notification pops right through. You can see the All In Fitness logo there. That really pops up. I really love the way it's so large. This happens to be because of my phone, the Galaxy S5, but it's so large, it just pops right through. You get that ding on your phone. You just can't miss it. So everybody who has downloaded your app, downloaded your iPhone, your iPad, your iOS app, everyone who's downloaded that iPhone, iPad, and iOS app, and everyone who has downloaded your Android phone, those people will get these notifications. And it's really simple. I'm not showing it in this video, but you go to your control panel. It's really easy. You click on messages, type out your, I think it's 130 characters you get, and you just send it out, and bang, it hits. You can even link it to different content. So let's just say you had an event coming up and you want them to register for the event. You can actually link the push notice to that event. Really cool. And it gets right through. I'm still a big fan of email marketing, as all of you guys know, of course, that are watching this. I'm a very big fan of email marketing. I use it all the time. I've been using it for years. It's not going away anytime soon, and is very effective. Same thing with text message marketing. If you're still using that, and you have a list of text message numbers that you can market to, great. Personally, I will tell you from my own experience, being tied to this marketing and mobile marketing, internet marketing industry, as I have, living, breathing, eating it, for the past 6 years, total immersion. I will tell you that text message marketing was big, a few years back, going back to 2010, 2011, but it really never took off, and it won't take off among smaller companies anymore, because an app can totally replace it with the push notice and also do so much more. But of course, if you're using text message marketing, you've built a list, great, keep using it. But an app really does so much more. All right, so just keep that in mind. And you have the push notice right there, which is awesome. Gets right through. And again, I told you we would come back to this whole consume your content thing. On the left side here on the image, you see the gallery function of the app, and the gallery function is really basic. I mean, it's simple. It's a place for you to put photos. Now, what really amazes me is how mobile phones and smartphones really boost the consumption of photos and images. And now, years ago, some of you guys have been around the block a few times. You know that that first website you did many years ago, you put this gallery. And sure, some people went and they looked at all the pictures here and there, but it really never got that much traction, right? And what really took off and kicked butt eventually was social media, right? So, fast forward 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13. In 2012, Facebook bought Instagram, which is all based on photo sharing. People just consume photos through their mobile devices. So again, why not let them consume your content? I use this screenshot as an example. This particular app went live for this gentleman, and I went to go check out the new gallery function, because we added a carousel feature, which is basically means that instead of all the images popping up and clicking on them and they expand, we can just thumb through them and they kind of rotate, like a carousel, if you can see that. Imagine it in your mind. And about 2 minutes later, I'm still flipping through his photos, and I said, what am I doing here? And you know, I kind of thought that was, you know, fun, and fun, but also very powerful in a sense that your students are and your prospects are going to do the same thing. They're going to be flipping through your images. Think about it. You know, everybody comes on testing day, and you let them know, check the app later because we're going to add all these photos and images. Make sure you share those photos and images with your friends. You know, so it's really powerful in that respect. You know, you send a push notification out, say, go to the gallery, check out the images we added from testing. You know, really cool stuff. So, and also what I like about this, one of the features we add to your advanced Apple iOS app, your iPhone app, when you do the upgrade and you do take this up a notch, we will go ahead and add the student cam, which means students can take pictures inside of your school and they can send them to you. You get to look at every photo and make sure, you know, it's good to post. And now students can engage by saying, here you go, add my photo to your image gallery. Really, really, really cool. Get them engaged, and that's what happens when you do that. You know, when you do the advanced app, the iPhone, the iOS, the iPad, we add this feature to your Android app as well, so it's in both the Android and the iOS app. I really love having all this information centralized. So this is an example of an event calendar inside of your app. You know, you can click on any of these and register or get more information. But the fact that it's all right there, I mean, that is really the key to make it easy for your students to know what's going on, see what's going on. There's no guesswork. Everything is right here inside the app, and if you're like any successful school, you're doing some events. You know, you probably have on average 1 or 2 events per month. And you want to make it clear because you want to boost attendance to those events. You want friends to come to those events. And if it's easy, I mean, I'm a dad. You know, I'm a dad. I have you know, a couple kids, and I am clueless as opposed to the different schedules and what's coming up and when it is. It's a lot to take in. You know, almost overwhelming when your kids are busy. So you really want to make this stuff easy, you know, for your parents. I mean, just picture the dads out there and the moms out there that are juggling these crazy schedules, and you expect that they participate in your events. Sometimes they just forget about it. I mean, you really have to cut through the clutter. When I say this, I said you got to get their attention. All right, so this is easy. You know, they can consume your events, see what's coming up, plan ahead. You know, let's just say a parent actually knows that you do. Let's take a parent of a busy family of a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old or something like that. And, you know, again, I'm using a lot of kids examples because that's my background in the martial arts as a school with 75% children. So I'll use both. So you have a family here, busy family, and they're sort of planning. Mom and dad are planning, you know, their next night out. They don't get it that often. So you just pop into your app and say, oh, maybe they got a parent night out coming up, you know, that we can sign them up for. We can go out for the night. Yeah, you know, make it simple, make it easy. Same thing with your adult classes, you know, your fitness classes. You got some events coming up. You got some Bring a Friend weeks. You got some women's self-defense programs coming. Again, you can engage them right there. They can see what's going on and never miss anything, right? All right, what I like too about the app is you can capture leads. Part of your advanced iPhone, your advanced app, when we do your iPhone, your iOS, and your iPad app, you will get included with all that. You know, you will get the lead capture box. The lead capture box is here because we will add some program-specific material to your app. We will talk a little bit about the various things you offer in your school because, you know, like I always tell all of my clients, apps are about 70% retention and about 30% new students, give or take, you know, a few percentage points. But you still want to be there when you have to. Meaning, if say one of your students shared the app with a friend, they're clicking through, they're seeing what's going on, they see your special to sign up now, and they can just do it right inside the app. Done deal. All right. So you can capture leads too inside the advanced iPhone, iOS, and iPad app. We will add this function for you. All right. So what I want you to do now is get in the game, take some action. The time really is now. Go ahead and you know, look on the rest of this page or contact me personally. I am you know, one of the key rainmakers around here. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I run this thing like a good martial arts school, and I'm here for you with questions. And I'm here to, you know, I'm here to do this by phone if you need to do it by phone, or you can just use the link on this page and you can go ahead and get this next level of your mobile app going. And get this rocking. The time is now. You have a chance to win the attention. You have the chance to win out over your competition. And you have a chance to really do something awesome for your students and your school. Like I said, all of my clients so far that have gone ahead and said, let's go for this app thing. Let's make a go of it. One thing they have in common, they're all forward-thinking school owners. If you've made it this far in this video, you are hungry for information. You're hungry for material to grow your school. And I would encourage you to also be a forward-thinking school owner. This is one of those things that you do that pushes your school forward. It's an effort to boost your retention. It will retain more students. It will be responsible for gaining more students. And as you saw throughout this whole video, there's a whole lot of interesting, awesome things you can do with this app. All right? You can do it. Take it to a higher level. I'll talk to you soon.